sort of whittling down, and there's a ton of talent, obviously, and I'm sure you know that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
and it's way before this year as well.
Yeah.
So just your thoughts on the potential, I guess, of like a G-League, or maybe even using AU Sports as a way to have that development sort of league.
Absolutely. I agree to an extent with her. Like, I think that a lot of the draft players have been getting, waived, but it's just the amount of teams, and sometimes coaches have the dilemma between like an experienced player or bringing a player along, and you only have that short season to win a championship. So it's a dilemma for a lot of coaches, and I think that obviously I'm on the executive committee at AU Sports, so that's definitely a way where we're trying to like make another league for women, especially like some of the ones that don't get the opportunities that they get here. But I think that expansion is definitely a thing I think that we need to think about, but obviously that's funding. So we just have to have somebody who's willing to invest in what women are doing until we can get the, that money kind of flowing. But other than that, it is a lot of talent at home. I mean, I wish I could do something individually to get more players to be out here and to showcase their talent. But right now, it's unfortunate, but I don't know. It's just when players can play, like you got players like Sue Bird, like that's still balling, like she's on the roster, period. You know what I mean? Like older players, like it's just like we get the game, like we know how to play, we know how to win. So it's just a toss-up. I think adding more teams is probably the answer, but AU Sports, definitely.
Oh yeah, no. And then I was just curious, well, I mean, in terms of AU Sports, Lauren Manis was on the team earlier. Oh shoot, I completely blanked. Well, actually no, I got it. I was searching it for a minute. Being in camp so far, I know obviously some of the other players like Gabby and Bree just came back, and they're getting. I know you've been around here, I'd say a little bit longer.
Yeah.
What have you been able to get from Seattle? Someone who is in Seattle. I mean, I think you played your 300th game against Seattle last year on June 15th. It's 2 days before my birthday, so I'm biased. But I mean, obviously, on the outside looking in the league before, but now that you've been part of the organization so far, playing around the Big Three, what have you been able sort of to gather from how this organization runs?
I mean, I love everything about it. I love the positivity. I love the encouragement that everybody kind of gives each other. It feels like a family, and you don't really see that on every team across the league. You kind of just see hierarchy within teams, but here I just feel like they make everybody feel good. They feel confident, and that's why you see their success, like postseason, like why they have such a strong push for playoffs every single season. It's because of that. I think that camaraderie that they have here. It's their culture, and I think that it's a great culture.
And so lastly, just to wrap up, obviously now playing on the game in the 23rd in Climate Pledge, I know that a lot of people, at least covering the Kraken, there were a ton of opposing teams that were like, this is a cool building.
Yeah.
I mean, again, being someone who's got that experience, what have you initial thoughts sort of the building? Because I know that it used to be Kyrie, and Kyrie was fine and all that, but just your thoughts on the building itself.
I mean, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, it's an arena that I think anybody would dream to play in. And I love windows, so I just love like the natural lighting that comes through, and I love how when the lights are out, how the bolts kind of reflect. Oh my gosh, that was so dope. I think the floor, I mean, it's awesome, and it's an awesome environment, and I think when you have a place like that to play in, you want to play better. I mean, the fans want to come and be in there, so obviously you got to play and put on the show.